cool. No, I still have not got my Sunder. My friend, he do like PA Terror Zone like every single day, and he already got a Warlock 99. His second one is 95 or 96, and he got 2.
Wow. Yeah. So only 2, and he's been doing P8 for a long time.
Yeah. So yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah, we got a lot of things to talk about today. Let's see. I actually made a nope. Yeah. The Sunder, the Herald system is just so flawed in so many ways. You know what? I'm gonna. What's the Terror Zone right now? Black Marsh. Should we go there first?
Sure.
Yeah, let's try to like draw some Herald. So
yeah, I feel like it's a good idea to like see if you can draw a Herald before you like terrorize a game or terrorize an act.
Yeah, so first of all, the draw Herald thing, I feel like it's unnecessary. I don't know why you need to draw a Herald and then like it's just a chance on top of a chance. So it's basically drag things for long for no reason. That's how I feel.
Yep.
I heard you found yours on P1, right?
Yeah, I found both of mine on P1.
Oh, you got 2 already?
Yeah.
Wow. So you're very lucky.
First one was off a T1 Herald, the second one was off a T4 Herald.
Well, you are very lucky.
Yes.
See, like right now we're trying to get draw a hero to trying to spawn a hero. I think it's like it makes like because this whole thing is trying to make you like do a long game, right? So right now we're trying to like do this, you know, trying to spawn a hero. Otherwise, it's not like worth it to use the shard. I think it's, I don't know. It kind of goes back to where we started. You know what I mean? Let's go. Let's check the tower.
Yeah. So I've been only using the heralds in games where like this, where the eye.
Yeah. There you go. So yeah, I feel like it's very unnecessary to have this extra step. They just like have the hero hunt you, and by hunt you I mean like have they actually hunt you instead of stay stationary and let you hunt them. So yeah, it is just flawed in so many ways. I think.
I mean, I feel like maybe they only did the two-step process just so that so you're like not surprised by it, but.
Okay, so a hero's on level 2. Let's go kill it. Okay, another one draw. So this is a good game.
This feels like a good game.
Okay, looks like a good game.
Real good. And next.
I was about to say Grand Jam is a Grand Scepter. Oh, okay. Or another one. This is a good game. Oh, this is a good game.
Yeah, so I feel like, again, if we can get all of these to spawn, I mean, the tower levels are easy because there's tons of monsters that it can spawn in each level. Usually when you go to a different area, that's what happens. There's a great shot. Was that off the Herald?
No, that's not. That's already there before the Herald's killed.
So did we spawn 2 or 3?
2. We spawned 2, so it's a good game. We should definitely use our shard in this game.
Yeah. I feel like it'll spawn in the next level.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, it looks like if we didn't get anything, it looks like we had to like try another game. So it just
because it needs a white monster, a regular monster, to become a herald.
Yeah. I mean, I do like what they're trying to do, but I think the implementation can be a lot better.
Yeah, it is kind of like a two-step process. Yeah.
Nah, they just trying to drag things along for no reason. That's how I feel like.
Is there a reason for them to like want to keep people in the same game instead of having short games?
Yeah, I understand that. But it feel like right now we're kind of being forced though. I like they give you the option, but not like being forced. Because right now we feel like we're being forced to stay in the game for a very long time. And
oh, my game.
What's wrong?
Game lag.
Oh, that. Let's try this one first. No, nothing.
Yeah, I have a video coming out tomorrow about the Herald or the Sunder I dropped the other day.
Okay. What do you got? What's the other one you got?
I got a Lightning Sunder.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I put it on my Nova. It's not a great one, but it's still better than a plain Sunder.
Like the Lightning one is like the only one I'm trying to get. I'm looking for one with -10 and like I prefer 20 FHR, but I'll take like 13.
Yeah, I wanted one with FHR and minus lightning, but I got plus lightning and like faster run walk. So I was like, this is not really enough.
Yeah, I don't really need that faster one walk. Yeah, unless it's an effective faster one walk. Cause
and I don't think it is, but
yeah, cause that 7% faster one walk ain't gonna do much at all. So
did you want to do the whole, or did you want to do
No, let us use the sharp. I'm gonna terrorize Act 1, the whole Act 1 first.
Okay, do you want to split up, or do you want to just go down the list?
Yeah, you can terrorize another act if you want. You can. I'm gonna start from the bottom up, so I'm gonna do Endario and up. So you can. I don't know. It's up to you.
I'll do another act. I'll do 2.
Yeah, it's up to you.
I'll do 2.
Cool. Well, at least the sharp's not that hard to get.
Yeah, they seem to be like pole-ish for like drops. Like it feels like you get a shard every for a pole, basically.
Yeah, I like what they trying to do, but the implementation needs to be improved in a lot of ways. Yeah, it just like we're trying to get all the hero setup. You know, it takes like few hours to even do that to get to level 5. And you know, by doing that, to even remotely has a chance for the Sunder to drop, I think it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, and I mean, you can drop them from a T1, but it's very rare. Maybe they changed that to slightly less rare on a T1, because a lot of people just do up to T1, basically.
I think some people said, and I agree, that the Latin Sunder should be a lot more common, but the material, the recipe to upgrade it should be a lot more expensive. Like right now it's the other way around.
Yeah.
So yeah, because like the whole thing, the whole point about Sunder is you're trying to make all the builds work. Like we got our old Sunder from you know, LAN ladder, but for ladder they don't have it. They don't have the old one.
Right.
So a lot of builds like really struggling, like especially the fire build.
Yeah.
So with this low drop rate, you probably get to 99 and finish your Chronicle before you even see a Sunder. So at that point, like, what's even the point?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, again, I feel like they need to find that happy medium, because the old Sunder setup was decent because you could pretty much rely on getting it, right?
Yeah.
So you're like, well, I'm going to be a fire sorceress, and I'll get a fire Sunder eventually, and then my build will be ready for the end game. Like, basically at level 80 or 90, you have a Sunder charm.
Yeah.
But then it became like way too common, and people were like, oh, these are all over the place and they're barely worth anything. And I'm like, I don't really care that they're not worth anything. It's just like they're all over the place. It's just one of those items that just, there's a lot of them, and it's not a real tradable thing unless it's a perfect roll, which is fine. Do you think that they should like re-implement the old Thunders at least?
I think they should, or at least get rid of the draw hero stat, or you can draw hero from any monster. Like, I think something needs to be done. Like right now, it's just flawed in so many ways.
I mean, I wouldn't mind them just putting back the old Thunders and then still having this end game chase for really nice Thunders.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
I have one now, and I'm like still interested in finding a good Sunder, fire Sunder, but it's not like super priority.
Yeah,
because I have.
I think if they do that, a lot of people like wouldn't be like so like complain so much, because a lot of build would work, especially the fire build. So
yeah, like fire druid back to being like crap because you can't get a fire Sunder.
Yeah, so the whole thing about this. So the whole thing about this Sunder first started is to fix the immunity. I said it before and I'll say it again. Immunity by itself is not a problem, and synergy by itself is not a problem. But when they coexisting, that is a problem. So because like how are you gonna build your character? If you don't do the synergy, your character sucks, your damage sucks. But if you do the synergy, you don't have points to have another element, or you know, to break the immunity. So like how are you gonna build? So I think that's like one thing then D2 didn't get right. D2 did get many things right, but that's not one of them. Attack rating is not one of them either. So we need to stop pretending D2 is perfect, because it never was perfect.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on like what they kind of want the player base to do, and basically by making Sunders like not available as much, it lends itself to like going back to hybrid builds and playing more as a party. And is that what their goal was? I don't know, because it seems like I'm seeing more people doing a collaborative effort online to play together because of the lack of Sunders. And was that their reasoning for it? Now, or you go to like hybrid build, because basically hybrid builds became obsolete with Sunders.
Yeah.
But like, do they want people to play hybrid builds? Like, is that?
I mean, let's go back in time. Like the older version of the game, they didn't have synergy.
Right.
They put synergy in. Yeah, they put synergy in because they say like while people playing through the game, like people save point to put into like higher tier skill instead of putting to lower tier skill. So that's why they put synergy in. But the problem is immunity exists. So you have synergy and you have immunity, and that's just bad game design. I don't know like how you're gonna build your character. So Sunder exists to fix that problem. I think Sunder, like the old Sunder we have, I think they're perfectly fine, to be honest. You know, I like Llama complain about the drop rate. Like he say like he get like 4 or 5 Sunder on players A every hour. Okay, you on players A, but not everybody play on players A. Not everybody had, you know, people like stay in your game, give you players 8 and terrorize your zone, you know, 24/7. If you play solo, like it takes you a while to get the Sunder you want. I'm talking about the old Sunder. So I think it's perfectly fine. I do like what they do with it with the new Sunder. Like you can upgrade it. Because I think the old Sunder is kind of bland. You just, you know, but I think it just needs a better implementation. That's it.
Yeah, and what I think is kind of funny about the new Sunder system is like as soon as you drop a new Sunder, you don't even use it until you upgrade it. So it's like kind of what is the like point of that whole like extra step as well?
Yeah.
Like you're gonna have way more of the materials to craft a Sunder before you even find one. That like there's no chance you're using it raw.
Yeah. So yeah, the Latin Sunder. Yeah, the Latin Sunder is basically an unidentified renewed Sunder. It basically is. So that's why people saying.
Like, I found both of my Sunders and immediately crafted them.
Yeah.
Those, like, you know, so it's like it didn't even matter what the role is. But if it was like a little bit more common, but then you're like getting the pieces to craft it was harder, then you'd be like, oh, I have a Sunder, and you'd use it as is, as you had it, as you found it.
Yep.
And then you would be like, oh, I got the materials, now I can craft it.
Yeah, so
but
that's why.
It's like the same step.
Yep, I agree, and that's why people say, you know, they should be more common, a lot more common, but the material to upgrade it, make it like bird jaw level expensive. It's okay to make it that expensive.
Yeah, then it'd be like harder to do.
Yep. Yeah, because right now it's just like you upgrade it without a second thought, basically.
Yeah, instantly upgrade it. You never even used it before.
And the thing you talk about, like people collaborating in a game, I think, I don't know, it could go both ways, because it may encourage people to be a dick, just to hijack someone else's game. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, it does lend itself to that. I mean, it is an interesting thing, and like, you know, like people use loaders and stuff, so like people are playing P8 solo online, trying to boost their numbers. But again, like you mentioned, like Llama's coming from a place where like he's gonna have a full party and he's gonna play with a whole bunch of people online on a ladder.
Yeah.
And so he's speaking from that perspective, but he's sort of forgetting that there's so many people that play online solo P1.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like there's a whole, I would argue that there's more people that play solo P1 than people are playing together P8.
Yep.
And so even like, so somebody mentioned in one of my comments about them nerfing Endario.
Uh-huh.
And how it was like they blamed Llama because he did that that like test where he hacked the game and he had TZ Andy 24/7 and he found every item in like 50 hours. He's like, oh, okay, Andy is broken. But like, who is playing like that? Who is playing offline TZ Andy 24/7 P8 full games or whatever because he's doing it offline?
Yeah, because
non-stop. You know, like he's like, yeah, dude, I did it in 50 hours or whatever. You know how long it would take a normal person to play for 56 hours? It would take like 2 months if you play 2 hours a day.
Yeah. So.
You know, so like for him to be like, it's broken, it needs to be fixed. Right now, if Andy was not fixed, you only get a 30-minute window. How is that like really gonna do a whole lot?
Yeah.
Right? Like if you play the game as intended, you get TZ Andy, you only have 30 minutes to do it.
Yeah,
it's not broken. it's like a slightly elevated chance in my opinion.
So yeah, like I would say people hated him. Like it's not for no reason because it definitely feels like the game is catered towards big streamers. It definitely feels that way.
I don't think they're intending to try and cater it towards streamers. It's just streamers have like the biggest voice, right? And like I think they're a little. I mean, yeah, they're playing the game in a different way than most people are, and I think they just need to sort of understand that.
Yeah.
They're coming from their perspective, which is fine. Like speed running, playing online, ladder races and stuff. That's one part of the game, but there's a whole different population of people that are playing the game way more casually, and I think that they just need to take that into consideration. But those people aren't vocal. They're not asking those people. I think that's what the survey was hopefully intended to do. I didn't get the survey, but I know a lot of people did, and that seemed to be pretty random. Who got it?
Yeah, so...
Did you get the survey?
No, I did not.
Yeah, I didn't either. But, like, they just need to get as much feedback as they want. Like, Cooley was upset because they didn't ask him to, like, help with the new, the new stuff. They didn't take PvP into consideration, and the Warlock is, like, pretty broken in PvP, so people don't want to even touch it. But, like, he's, like, upset about that. It's like, yeah, like, if you had asked me about PvP stuff, I would have told you how broken this whole thing was. So it's just interesting how they pick and choose who to listen to, type of thing. But it's never going to be perfect, right? Because everybody plays the game totally different.
Yeah, so... Yeah, I just think they shouldn't like make the game, based on those big streamers' opinion. Because I have nothing against them, but
I get it. Yeah.
It just they don't represent the majority of us, and
I agree. Yeah.
They like Llama.
Nothing against them, but
yeah, like he knows the game inside out. He knows the game better than like pretty much like most people. But that doesn't mean he always make the right call. So.
Yeah. And I think he does a good job of trying to like convey that. He's like, these are my opinions and this is how I feel.
Yeah.
But I think like they do weight it heavily because it's him.
Yeah. So. It's unfortunate. That's the way it is. They have the most influence, and they weigh it heavily because of those big streamers.
Yeah.
They just need to
I feel like Blizzard did that with their other games too, like D4. Like they were listening to like a large majority of like streamers on their feedback, and it's like the regular population hasn't even reached the end game yet.
Yeah.
And they're like making their decisions like, oh, this is broken, this should be fixed or whatever. But it's like there's people that are like still trying to play catch up.
Yeah.
Because most of their fan base, I think, in D4 is casual players, and that's who they targeted the game for.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like I said, right now I think most people like having problem with the Sunder. I think they need to do something. I don't know what they need to do. I don't know what the perfect solution is. But something has to change. I think in one of Llama's video they said they're gonna buff the drop rate. I don't know.
Yeah, he did mention that.
Yeah, so I think something needs to change, because like it's ridiculous right now. Like I said, unless you're extremely lucky, you probably get your characters to 99 and finish your Chronicle before you even see a Sunder.
Yep.
So.
And I think that the unintended. I think that they thought that would have been a good idea, like to have a hard end game chase. But I don't think that maybe they didn't understand that it was going to change how people played the game and like the builds people chose.
Yeah.
Based off of that. I think it was unintended. They're like, oh,
yeah.
People aren't playing a Firestork anymore because they're never going to get a Sunders, so this build doesn't work anymore. Oops. And it was like, Sunders were like the band-aid solution for those underplayed builds, and it made them like cool to play. You know, like nobody would make a fire druid because it sucked in the end game because everything was fire.
Yeah.
But then when Sunders came out, they're like, oh, now a fire druid's actually a decent build.
Yep. Another thing is,
I mean, it's like,
yeah. Go ahead.
they either have to like expect people are going to be playing in parties, which I don't think that if they polled the people, I don't think that they would say most of them are playing in parties, or you force people to play hybrid builds again, which probably people don't want to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Another thing I don't like is just the thing about D2 is like you always feel like you can get your upgrade like, you know, like within the next run. You know, maybe in one more run I can get my shake code. You know, maybe one more run I can get my burr to finish my enigma. And Sunder, it just doesn't feel that way currently. It just feels like it's impossible to get like, if you're playing solo. So
yeah, it feels a little bit more like work. Like you have to put in hours of time together.
Yeah.
Whereas like Sweet Bill mentioned this on his streams a lot, saying like, if you're a guy that only has like a 30-minute window to play or an hour to play, you can hop on and do some Magic Find runs and have a chance to drop anything.
Yeah.
Whereas the Sunders system, like you actually have to put together like hours of runs, get up to a T5 Herald to even begin to get a sniff.
yeah.
Maybe get it.
Yeah. So
And like people don't have that time. People want to like, that's the beauty of D2 is like, I can hop on for 30 minutes, I can hop on for 3 hours.
yeah.
Like it doesn't matter. You get the same chance.
Yeah.
And they like sort of took that away with this Herald system.
Yep. Like I found a 4015 jewel, right? I'm pretty sure a lot of people play this game for 20 plus years and never found one.
Yeah, I haven't. Really.
Yeah,
But
and
that's cool about it. It's like you found it off of any monster anywhere.
Yeah.
You got lucky. Yeah.
yeah, and my friend, one of my friend, he obviously stopped playing right now, but he found a 25 ORS small charm, and he barely played the game. Like he haven't played the game for 2 decades, and he only played Resurrected for like 1 or 2 months. That's it.
Yeah.
So, and
those
that's
are
the beauty.
stories. And, like anybody can get lucky at any time, and that's why you play.
Yeah, that's why you know. Hey, I might be the lucky one, you know. So I
Right.
want to pop in. So that's the beauty of D2, and currently the Sunder is not it. It's not that.
Correct. Yeah. The Sunder system is not that. But like any of the end game stuff in this game, like it's another end game chase because like the original, or I'll say the first, the Ubers right now, like with the keys, like that's not a random thing. It's like you have to farm the bosses, you have to farm Countess, your Summoner, Nilithak to get the keys and get 6 or 9 keys, and then you can make Ubers and you get a chance at a torch. Like that is like an end game loop, but it's not by chance. That's just like, that's like work, right? You're like, I'm grinding this specific thing to get this specific reward. Everything else in the game, like magic finding, is like totally random. Like you could pick and choose where you want to play, and you have a chance of finding that SOJ anywhere, kind of thing.
Yeah, but like finding the keys, like you can do the content anytime. You don't have to like set up for like 3-4 hours beginning to even have a chance to make a hero.
Yeah.
So that's the difference.
Yeah.
And same thing with the statue for the ancient jewel right now. It just create a FOMO that should not be in D2 easily. Because you only get the 30-minute TZ, right? Right now it's way too short. And I found myself constantly checking my phone on Discord or D2 Emu just to see what the next Terror Zone is. Like anything is not an act boss Terror Zone, I feel like it's not worth my effort, not worth my time.
And what I found too with this new 30-minute system, some people like it, some people don't. But whenever it was like TZ Fail or TZ Chaos, right? Like everybody would like get jacked up and get online together, make a public game and like go, we're going for EXP. But now with the 30-minute window, it's like there's less people playing together in those good terror zones because A, it's not even that much time. Like if you're 10 minutes late, you skip it.
Yeah.
And then most people want to do it solo, like me, like you probably, because they want
the statue
boss statue.
Yeah.
So I no longer do bail publicly. I do it solo.
And they basically like skip everything, go straight to the boss, you know. And that's not the way we want to play, but we kind of have to play it that way. So that's also not something. That's not a good change, you know. And that can. Yeah, go ahead.
It's funny. It's like it's kind of like they don't really have a pulse on how people play the game. Right? Like they make that decision. They're like, yeah, this is a cool endgame loop, and it's like the unintended side effect of this is now everybody's doing solo games because they want the statues when it's an act boss. Whereas before, that was the time everybody got into a P8 game and was partying up.
Yeah.
It's like, isn't that what you want for your game? You want people to be playing in public games together and grinding together?
Yeah. And that very easily like create bad gaming habit too, because like right now, like sometimes I want to play, I got time to play, but I check the terror zone. What is it? Gray Marsh? What's next? Den of Evil? I'll just skip this hour.
Yeah, and it's too quick. It's like it goes too quick.
Yeah, and then like at times you're like, oh, Chaos is coming up next, but I gotta go to work early tomorrow. I gotta sleep right now, but I've been waiting all day for this Chaos TZ. So what should I do now? So it can very easily create a bad gaming habit, and things like that happens all the time. So yeah, they need to take all of this into consideration when implementing things. You know?
I know, and I don't think that they do, or like it was unintended.
Yeah.
But you can see where they were coming from with the 30-minute terror zones based off of the Herald mechanic, right? Like you join a game solo, you start farming the current terror zone, and you like, oh, I spawned a Ire, I spawned a Herald, nice. I cleared the area. I've gotten 2 Heralds. Now I only have to wait 10 minutes before the next terror zone, and then I can start to string this along. So you can see why they like made it shorter. Because if it was an hour long, you'd be like, dude, I'm waiting so long. I have a T5 Herald or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think the little band-aid there is that because of the shards, you could just terrorize an act. You know, like if it was an hour terror zone and it was like Black Marsh, right? Okay, we do Black Marsh, and then like, all right, well, we have a long time. Let's terrorize an act with the shard, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you don't really mind that it's like an hour long of a bad TZ because you're gonna just use the shard.
I mean, yeah, I just feel like they just haven't thought like every like why people do this. They haven't thought. It's not very thoughtful. You know, they just think, oh, this sounds cool, so let's just put it in. But that's not like when people play the game. You know, that's not like. Yeah, they seem to be like more thoughtful.
Yeah, I mean, again, like I think that they sort of probably rushed this out, and like they're using this as like a beta test.
Yeah,
like
I guess.
A free beta test kind of thing, and then they might change it, which is fine. Like they'll take some feedback. They want to listen. So again, maybe they do make some changes, and
yeah,
I'm
pretty sure they will, because everybody's like, most people are complaining, and it's not good experience. I don't think it's healthy for the game in general. You know, like you encourage people to be a dick, to hijack people's game. You know, I just don't think that's good for the game in general.
Yeah.
All right, so Act 1 is done. Where are you at?
I'm in the palace. I just started the palace.
All right. Have you done the tomb?
I did all the tombs, yeah.
Oh, cool. So you, yeah, from the bottom up, right?
Yeah, I'm going from the bottom up. So I'm
Right.
in Palace right now.
Did you find any Qualix pain?
You know what? I didn't do Duriel.
Oh, you didn't do it, Dior?
I think I was gonna go back to it.
Oh, let me do it then, because I want to
Yeah,
farm
go
it.
ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. I forgot what tomb it was.
I'll just check all
I
of them.
like didn't do it because I was like, oh, I'll come back to it, and then I forgot.
I'll just check all of them. I have a very bad luck. For the past few runs, I haven't got any statue, and I farm pretty
Yeah,
fast.
I saw your video. You got 0 in the 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I have a similar video. I don't know if did I send it to you? Maybe. I did the same method where I like waited until it turned to TZ,
Uh-huh.
and I went into the Duriel's tomb, and the first one I got a statue.
Yeah, I did that before. I did that before.
Yeah.
Right, he's here. Let's see. So I heard you just got the perfect ancient jewel.
Yeah, 10-10.
Cool.
Gold.
Dude, I wish mine is lightning, as mine is magic, and I just gave to the friend.
Yeah.
So he's now
Yeah,
helping me.
I just want to find them all for the Chronicle piece. But I have a lightning one. I think I have a lightning. It's like a random one. I just threw it in my Mang Song for my Novasaur.
Hmm.
And then I have like three cold ones. Only one perfect one that I haven't put in anything yet. But I have like a random one in my Death Fathom. And I'm like, do I put the 10-10 into a Nightwings, or do I put it into like a 220 circlet, 2 open socket?
I think
So I don't know what to do with 10-10.
I think 10-10 is perfect for that Fathom, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, I could put it in Death Fathom as well.
Unless you plan to use a Doom, I think that Fathom is, is the perfect place.
Yeah, I don't plan to use a Duke, so.
Yeah, so.
And like, it's just a PVM thing anyways. So.
Yeah, so the only Sunder I look for is the -10 and with FHR. Other stat doesn't really matter, and the only jewel I want is 10-10 lightning. Like, other doesn't really matter, I'll just get it whenever.
Yeah.
The perfect magic one I got, yeah, I just gave to the guy, the friend who helped me do the ancient. And, yeah,
Was it also perfect on EXP?
I think so.
5
Yeah.
EXP? I think
Yes.
it's 3 to 5.
So yeah, the other rolls roll pretty high too. I think it's 1 off for gold fine and perfect EXP, and then magic fine is not bad also. So that's easily a 3-20-20 if not more. So yeah, I just gave to him. He's helping me find the Lightning Sunder, the one I want.
Yeah.
And I think right now every new Sunder trading right now is like super overpriced. And then
Yeah, because it's rare, right?
yeah, because supply is very low and demand is very
Yeah.
high.
Yeah.
So I think right now is a good time to gather wealth and just wait for the price to go down and then just buy. For the duo, I don't think it's gonna be a problem. The only problem is the 30-minute TZ act boss. The one I have problem is the Sunder. But I think price will eventually go down anyway.
Yeah. What are you using to run Uber Ancients?
Javazan.
Have you done it with a Sork yet? Or tried it?
Not really. I actually haven't tried solo it. Every time I do it with the Smiter. I'm pretty sure we should be good. Because I see people like solo it with Nova Sorceress. I'm pretty sure we were able to, but
Oh, you saw somebody do it with a Nova?
yeah. So I'm pretty sure we're able to. I think it's more fun to do with a friend. And I'm trying to gather like more.
I just use a smiter, and I mean it's pretty easy. I mean it's like just hold the button, you know?
Yeah, it's easier than I thought. I thought it'd be harder.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get more. Like last time I got like 9 set. So that's why I got a 10-10. So this time, yeah, I'm trying to get like similar, like 9 or 10 set. So do it together.
Yeah.
Right now I got 4 sets. Missing the bell one mainly and the Codex Pain.
Yeah. Have you done it with a Warlock?
No, because the Warlock, our Warlock is Fire Warlock. Is it good for a boss? I'm not sure.
No.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, you can use like the slow sigil or the slow thing with RG or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm sure you could do okay, but it's not a boss killing build.
And I'm trying to like because of the AOE is so big, I'm trying to target farm and melee, you know.
Trying to target farm what?
Nining, the Nining one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I gotta kill the throw bar last.
Yep.
Yeah, and one time my friend used echoing strike Warlock, and he just killed throw bar on accident because his damage is too high.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the last couple times I did it with my smiter, my Merc actually survived the entire time, both times.
Yeah, my Javazan's Merc survived.
Yeah, so it's like it's not even that hard.
So I think it's actually easier than Uber Tristram. So I don't know why.
Like Uber Tristram, like it took people a long time to figure it out.
Oh, okay.
You know, like how to like beat this. And then this was like, oh, you can just take a smiter and do it, or oh, you can take an echoing strike and do it in 30 seconds.
Yeah. So I don't know why, if they should even call it pinnacle fight. Like, I feel like the Herald on Terror Zone PA is definitely harder.
It is. It's like a mini Uber. Like the amount of life that a T5 Herald has on P8 is insane.
Yeah.
And then like people are dying because they're like, oh, they have Thorn's Aura. That's not fair. Like, it's part of the game. They're trying to make it hard.
Yeah, I think like they probably like, because I heard some people say the damage from the hero is very inconsistent. I'm not sure is that true or not. But they probably just kill all melee with the thorn with the hero.
Yeah.
So they had to like do some balancing too.
It's like back in the day when Chaos Sanctuary had Iron Maiden.
Oh yeah, kind of like that.
Like what? Oh.
You die real.
Ruin garbage is die.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we talked about enough about the Herald, Sunders, and Jewel. Let's move on, I guess. So the new in-game Horagic Kill recipe. I'm pretty sure you saw one. You saw those, right?
Yeah, like the loot ones that aren't available yet.
Yeah, not available yet. What do you think about those?
I think it's kind of a dangerous power creep sort of slope. Like being able to like craft crazy charms with negative enemy resist. I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to like get away from this whole everybody has to have an infinity thing. But it's gonna like change like the end game market of a whole lot of things if these crazy recipes can happen.
Yeah.
Unless it's one of those things where like you can only have one. But imagine like a inventory full of like 45 life skillers with all -2 magic resist, you know?
Yeah, and full inventory of 320 of -1 physical.
Yeah.
That basically like more than a storm shield, you know, can defend.
Yeah. I mean, it feels a little power creepy, and it's like, again, there's no consulting or consideration for like PvP. It's just like, oh, let's just make it. And it's like, well, this is going to be very dangerous for the PvP community, which is one of the biggest communities that keeps this game going, or one of the biggest things that keeps the game going.
Yeah.
But Herald of Terror, that's C5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just got one. Are we? I feel like we're always been on 5, or?
Yeah. I'm not sure. I haven't checked. I haven't kept
No,
tracking.
the last one was a 5. That one was just Terror.
Well, you go finish Act 2.
no,
I'm gonna go do the 30-minute and Act 5 right now.
Okay.
Yeah, those charms. If like that turns out to be true, the recipe. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be a pretty big power creep. They gotta be careful.
Yeah, and I think they have, again, I feel like they have to be careful with this game because, again, if you change too much, you might turn off a lot of people, and then people are just gonna, like, give up on it and, like, not play.
I was still playing. I just hope it's not letter only, not letter only. I wish it's all we in non-letter also can crack it, because if it's letter exclusive, like I think you're gonna piss everybody.
Yeah, you're like trying to force people to play ladder when they don't want to because they're gonna get these crazy charms, and there'd be no other way for you to like get them or even afford them if they come to non-ladder.
Yeah.
Like the next season, it'd be like insane.
And
so yeah, it would be nice if it was both ladder and non-ladder, but yeah, it just feels like. But again, like I think if they introduce too many new things, some people might get turned off because every time they make like a expansion or like this, a lot of people didn't get this DLC.
Yeah.
They were like, this is too much. Like I don't want to play the Warlock, and it's like, okay, well then that's fine. But if they start to introduce like a crazy new crafting system and there's a whole bunch of new stuff to learn, there might be a lot of people that are like, I don't really care to learn all this, I'm out.
Yeah.
Because like there is a big part of the reason why people like this game is that it's like very familiar and everybody like basically knows everything about the game.
Yeah. And right now, you know, we got Classic, right? We got LOD expansion, and right now we got Reign of Warlock. And each of them got ladder, non-ladder, softcore, hardcore. So that is a lot of camps. That's like 12 camps right there already.
Exactly. They've split the player base by a lot.
Yeah, basically. So they need to be careful. So I'm not sure if they're gonna release another expansion. Yeah, you're gonna split the player base even more.
Yeah, like if you do another like DLC thing, like with another new character or whatever, and it's another like branch, you're gonna lose people.
Yeah, so
I mean, like I do a little bit of PvP, and there's already people that are like, I don't want to upgrade my PvP character to the new thing. So like half of the people are on the old, half of the people are on the new, and it's like, where do we go? Like we don't know. So again, like the more you split it, it's like people are gonna get alienated and just frustrated and then stop playing, I think. I think a really cool thing that they could do would be cross-platform. Because the player base is already somewhat small and it's already disjointed. Like you mentioned, those different, different game modes, plus softcore, hardcore, ladder, non-ladder, right? There's all those different modes.
Yeah.
And you have PlayStation, Switch, Xbox, and PC.
Yeah.
So you're very, very split.
Yeah, so it's not a good thing.
I heard one thing about trying to make a like platform independent trade system, right? Just like sort of in-game trade, but like you have a, you know, let's say I find a Shaco, I can put it up on like my little account page for trade, and anybody on any platform can go up there and trade for it.
Yeah.
That would solve some of the issues with the game, because people like can't cross-platform trade if they don't have different systems. Right, because PC is obviously the biggest market, but like people on Switch, it's smaller, so they're like, it's so hard to get stuff, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I would love to have an in-game trade like built in. So you just put up your item, and maybe you. It's kind of like tradery, maybe, but you can do it in-game. You put up an item and you put up what item you're looking for, and then people can see it. People can put up what they offer, and then you can see all the list of offer, and then just like there's an accept or decline button for you to click, and then you know the next morning, okay, both items you know in each other's stash, and that would be great, you know.
Yeah, I think that would be cool, because it's basically like tradery, right? You post an item and you say, this is what I want for it, this is what I accept, and then you hit like accept or whatever, and it can do it like without you. It's like if somebody does buy it now, like I just want to sell this Shaco for a burr rune, it should just automatically go through, right? Like if you're like, yeah, I want a burr for it, somebody's like, here's a burr, it should just go through automatically, so that person's like, yeah, I get the Shaco right now, you get the burr right now, and it's in your like trade stash or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, that would be cool.
One thing.
It's Bale.
Yeah, I'm doing that. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I think they might, if they want to add like more to the game, I think they should definitely look into that.
Yep.
I heard people saying the llama like mentioned on his stream, they didn't put charm inventory. It's because they ran out of time. I'm not sure that's true or not. What do you think about it? I think I asked you this last time.
Yeah, I think you did, and I think you were like more in favor of a charm inventory. I'm not that in favor of a charm inventory, just because I think that like I like the like choices that you have to make with your charm bag. I think that, and I feel like some people have like commented on it, saying like Llama's coming from a perspective of like, again, only thinking about PVM, where you have your little charm bag, whereas in PvP, if you had your own separate charm bag, that totally changes PvP and how people would play. They would just like be able to have extra spaces or gear swaps, right? Like crazy.
Yeah,
I think maybe you mentioned that too. Like you would have totally different gear swaps because you didn't have to have an inventory full of charms.
Yeah. I'm not like in favor of it. I would say I don't really care. I mean, I don't.
Yep.
I would say they need to do it right if they really want to do it. Like Llama said, he wants one with a smaller size, like 4x4 or 4x5. I would say that's a bad idea, because you're gonna piss everybody off by doing that. like that's basically a nerf, right? Like right now we have an inventory full of charm. If it goes to like 4x4, 4x5, people will be pissed, and then the people don't want the charm inventory, they will be pissed as well. So you're gonna just piss everybody off. Like, don't do something that's stupid, you know.
Yeah. I mean, like, what is the reason for like having a super open inventory?
I mean, I guess like if they want, if they want to do it, it probably is gonna be very, very late into the game, and you're very like steamrolling everything anyway. So, you know, it's not that much of a big deal with 4, you know, or 8 more slots, depending like you put a Q or the tune. But I don't know. I feel like yeah, it's gonna be very very late into the game, and you're very powerful anyway. So while you going through normal nightmare and first time in hell, and you still gotta do all the inventory management. Yeah, like I said, I don't really care. I mean, I don't think it's like, cause maybe I just don't do PvP. You know.
Yeah, I mean that's fine to have a perspective of just thinking about PVM, but
Yeah.
like, yeah, it just. I don't know, like, I just don't understand what the huge value is of having, like, an open inventory to, like, pick up more items, or...
Yeah, because it's a loot game, and people's reason is that it's a loot game, so you don't trade inconvenient for loot. That's what people's reason is. You know, I would say, yeah, I don't really care. I don't think it's gonna break anything for me, as just for me. Yeah, again, I don't do PvP. Like, if people want to, you know, have another set of gear, you know, and like an MF gear, and they, you know, like take down the boss HP to a very minimum and then swap MF gear, if they want to do that, it's their choice, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that, but if that's the way they want to play, okay, by all means, you can play that way.
Yeah. Well, like, for me, I feel like I pick up everything to cube, so that, you know, 3x4 space is like all I have for inventory, and I feel like that's fine. I feel like if I had more inventory space, it would just be like more like clutter, more to like go through or something.
Well, if they really add it in, it has to be, you know, the full inventory for charm, and then the full inventory just for pickup. It has to be that way.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it will piss everybody off.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be too big, too drastic of a change.
Yeah, if you do it like a 4x5, right? Unless you have a new charm that is as powerful as like 20 charms, inventory charm slot.
Maybe that's what they're doing with the craft stuff.
Yeah, unless you have something like that, you're gonna piss everybody off.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Yeah, for the craft, I think for the charms, right? Yeah, and mainly it's the charm. Maybe having just one. I think that's acceptable.
Yeah, like you can only carry one of the newly crafted charms.
Yeah. But like the whole inventory of that, yeah, it's maybe a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the Terror Zone density. I feel like, yeah, another thing they can add to the Terror Zone is increase monster density. Because right now Terror Zone it barely feels any different, and they could add in more monster that normally not in that zone. Just let's say you can get
like more guest monsters.
Yeah, you can get like Death Lord or those in Den of Evil. Imagine that. That would be really a terrorized zone.
Yeah, and I think that also the Herald system, they were trying to make it like scarier by the Heralds being hard too. But yeah, like Terror Zones are like not much harder than the regular game.
Yeah. Except the Herald.
I mean, they have a little bit more HP, but
yeah, except the Heralds.
yeah.
So yeah, I think that's what they can do. You know, increase monster density in Terror Zone, and add more. You know, it could be randomly, you know, generated each time. This time you can meet Death Lord in Den of Evil. Next time, you know, it could be something else. So that adds replay value, and you know, in general, it makes the zone more terrorized. it feels more threat to you. And yeah, what are we missing? Oh, here's a fun one. You know, in StarCraft Remastered, we got the cartoon graphics, right? Do you
what?
The cartoon graphic from Carbot Animation?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, do you think one day this will come to D2R as well?
Those graphics?
Yeah.
Or
The cartoon graphics. So
do I think that they'll come to D2R?
Yeah, like D2R cartoon, just like StarCraft Remastered.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like it's a small. I mean, I love those cartoons, the cabin ones. Like, they're so spot on for all the like jokes that they make. Like,
Yeah.
it's so accurate to like how people play and stuff. I'm like, wow, they really nailed it. So I do enjoy those, but I don't know if you mean like there'd be like a full-blown cartoon for it. I don't know.
No, it's like a graphic, like a skin in the game. Yeah, like in StarCraft Remastered. You know that, right? Or you don't play that?
Like somebody makes a mod that like makes it look like that.
Yeah, there's a mod, a skin mod, already official in StarCraft Remastered, with the Carbot Animation skin. It's,
Oh wow.
It's official.
Oh wow.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that. No, that would be funny.
Yeah. I mean, I heard I had like playlists on my channel too. If you want to watch it, in the campaign.
Yeah, I haven't played StarCraft in forever.
Oh, forever. Yeah, they have a Carbot skin for StarCraft Remastered. So yeah, that's why I'm like ask you, like, what's your opinion? Like, do you think they eventually something like that will come to D2R?
I mean, I think it's funny, but I probably don't think that it would. I think that they'll probably just keep it.
You know,
I
there's
think they're very protective of keeping it how it is, and
they're not changing it. It's just
keeping it not very
optional.
moddable.
They're not changing anything. It's just optional. It's just an extra skin graphic pack you can buy, and you can play it with that skin. They're not changing anything. They're not changing StarCraft. So there's a video Carbot Animation made like a few years ago. It was an April Fool's joke. Obviously, it was like you know, this graphic pack come to D2R. I wish it was not. A lot of people wish it was not April Fool's joke.
Yeah.
Because that's pop culture, you know. You know, like we take something, we turn into a cartoon and we geek about it, you know.
So Bale is gonna be TZ for 11:30.
Oh shoot.
What are your thoughts? Probably go solo and try and.
Yeah, we should. See, that's the thing that I don't like. I just terrorize Act 5. You know what I mean?
I know. Well, we got 13 minutes here.
All right. That's cool.
I'm in Frozen Tundra.
Yeah, that's fine. I just feel like, you know, like if they're trying to sell more DLC, right? I'm not sure about an Act 6 because, like you said, they really need to be careful with power creep. And with Act 6, first of all, it's a lot of work. Okay.
Yep.
And it's very easy to lead to power creep too with an Act 6. So, you know, so if not an Act 6, what should they put out that can sell? Maybe a cartoon graphic, pack?
Maybe.
Yeah, so that's why I'm asking.
I mean, I think that again they're very sensitive about making like microtransactions in this game. Like this was like an expansion DLC, so it's not really a microtransaction thing, but it does have the like quality of life stuff sort of behind it.
Yeah.
And the Chronicle stuff is like rewards, like skin type rewards that you can't buy and you have to earn, which I think is cool.
Yeah.
So I think them keeping microtransactions out of this game is probably going to be better for the fan base.
Yeah.
But yeah, like how would they introduce another act without selling another like expansion pack type thing?
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying like Cobalt skin. When I'm talking about that skin, I'm not talking about a skin for character. I'm talking about the entire game. We'll turn it into a cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean that's like the only thing I can think of. I don't know how they're gonna like have stuff to, you know, as an expansion to sell. I don't know if it's not an Act 6. They can finish Act 4. I mean, they could like.
Yeah, I think like what you mentioned about like you do all the seal bosses and then it gives you a portal that goes down to another few levels. I think that would be cool. It wouldn't be too heavy on like, whoa, it's so new, I don't know what's going on. You know, it'd be like enough. Like finish Act 4, okay. New areas would be kind of interesting to just play around with. Well.
But then again, it's different developers, you know. It's not the same developer, so
yeah.
The tone might be different, you know. The feel might be different, you know. You always this risk, you know. That
Yep. Yeah.
They have to be really careful if they're trying to do something like that.
I did a poll on my channel, and you know, got probably 4,000, 5,000 votes. And like 85% of the people got Warlock or got the expansion. So that's pretty good percentage-wise as far as people moving forward. But there's still, you know, that small percentage that doesn't want to move forward and like, I don't want to get the new expansion.
Yeah.
So every time you introduce a thing, you risk losing people.
Yeah, I can understand that. Like I said, like older version, they don't have synergy, you know, that they didn't have charms.
Right.
I can understand like why people want to stay in the old version. I think like I still love 1.09. You know, it's the version I played back in the day. I still love that version. You know.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people do.
Yeah. Yeah. What time is it?
11:21. My time.
All right. What time you have to go? 'Cause I think we cover a lot this time. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, go up until the new Terror Zones or Bale, because I'll probably want to do solo Bale too to get some of those statues. So
Yeah. No, I'm talking about like, what time you have to like sleep. So we'll end this conversation.
Oh.
Save it next time.
yeah, no. I mean, like, I'm good for another 30 minutes or so. I'm gonna do that Terror Zone, so I'll be up at least until then.
Okay. Cool.
So I'm just gonna like work my way backwards from this Frozen Tundra.
Okay.
Sort of.
Yeah, let's just finish what we have right now to the best we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now I'm trying to like gather wealth and wait for the price to go down and buy my Sunder.
Yeah.
Like I said, I mostly play solo. Actually, mostly farm solo. I don't mind playing with other people, but farming I mostly do it solo, so I get my own loot. And
Correct,
I feel like it's just impossible for me to get my Sunder. You know?
Yep. Yep. You just need to get super lucky.
I mean, yeah, you can buy a lottery if I were, you know. Yeah, you got pretty lucky there.
I did.
And yeah, I think they need to come up with something. Some changes is neat. I don't know what the perfect solution is, but I think something needs to be done.
Yep. Yeah, because it's too rare for like a casual player.
I don't mind something that is like super rare. You need to like. I don't mind that. It's just like the amount of time to get set up to even have a chance to spawn a hero. We just. I don't think that should be in D2.
Yeah.
I think you encourage people to play a long game. It should be optional. Like people can still play, get in and get out, if they choose to, and have a chance to get everything. It should be optional, and it shouldn't. Players shouldn't feel being forced to play a certain way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think people should be able to do all contents and enjoy the game anytime they want. It shouldn't be like time-gated content in the game. At least for D2, it just does not belong in D2.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel.
I think the shard system is cool because it allows you to like play the stuff that you want sort of whenever you want.
Yeah.
And there's enough shards. Like you do drop the shards drop fairly regularly. And like if somebody, was casually playing, they would have some shards to be able to use.
Yeah. But if you're trying to get a statue, you have to like. It's not that the shop give you like a 30 minutes that zone. It just give you one time. That's what I'm having problem with. Well, overall, I know the intention is good. I know what they're trying to do.
It would be better if it was an hour long.
Maybe.
Because then you'd be able to like farm it more.
Yeah, because like right now you can like use sharp to terrorize the zone anyway, and that anyway. So.
I'm gonna probably dip in this game in like 2 minutes. Because I'll try and do like a bail run before, right? So.
Okay.
Like right when it changes, you go into the boss.
Yep. Let me just go farm the dog real quick.
I'm in the Ancients way.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know what the perfect solution is, but
I do like the bind system. Some people are saying that it's a little OP, like the bind is too strong, but like the amount of times that people mess up the binds, like I think that they do need to fix that. People are complaining about mistakenly consuming their bind a lot.
Yeah.
Specifically on controller, but people are doing it on PC as well. But I think that they can't have the bind be too squishy because of like imagine having to farm a new bind all the time because your guy dies. Like that would be even worse, I think. So it has to be somewhat OP. And it's not like they're doing crazy damage. They can survive and tank anything.
Yeah.
Like they're never gonna die.
I think that's already pretty OP because like you got the aura. So I actually think they might need to consider like putting infinity on a one-hand weapon, but like lower the level of conviction to
for infinity.
Yeah, on a one-hand weapon, like let's say level 8 conviction on one-hand weapon, and they put it two of them on a what do you call
Barbarian?
it? Yeah, barbarian.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that would be cool. Get the double aura, yeah.
Yeah. So you get 16. The Warlock can have his own demon, with a level 12.
Yep.
So yeah, right now it's definitely. If it's not by the the aura, I think it will be okay. It's just the aura. It's just a free aura, and you can also hire a mercenary, give you another aura.
Yeah.
So.
Dude, like I think it's kind of cool though, like the aspect of like Pokemon hunting basically. Like you gotta like try and get a good bind.
Yeah.
It's an interesting thing, I think, an interesting aspect of it. But yeah, it's a little like I have basically a free Infinity, level 12 Conviction.
Yeah.
It allows you to use Insight on the Mercenary.
Yeah. And it feels like Warlock is the easiest one to do a Herald because his Bind Demon can tank. He just won't die.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So, what do you think about what they would do with Echoing Strike? Because it's definitely overtuned.
Yeah, so it's basically a mistake. Echo Strike is supposed to be have a hit check, supposed to work off of attack rating, and it doesn't. It doesn't even do a hit check, so it is always hitting. So that's kind of the mistake in it, is that it shouldn't be hitting as much as it does, and that's why it's
Okay.
I do think it is interesting that, like, you can basically use whatever weapon you want.
Yeah.
Because, like, people have been asking for, like, make all these other unique items viable.
Yeah.
Right? Here it is. You can use any weapon in the game you want, and this build is going to work.
Yeah.
But it's a little overpowered.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the two-handed weapon, like, it was useless before. Right now, they are pretty good.
Yeah, and I think it's cool that it's like, wait, you can have a two-handed weapon and a one hand on this Warlock? Like, I think that's kind of cool. I got a statue, first one.
Oh, damn. That's great. I didn't.
But yeah, so, like, I think that's kind of a cool aspect of the build, is that you can tell that they're trying to get away from the everybody has Infinity, everybody has Enigma, everybody has CTA. It's like you don't even need it on the Warlock. And is that overpowered, or is that just different? I think it makes it a little bit easier, but I think people are complaining that it's too easy.
Well, because, yeah, like, Llama saw in the video, you can basically do hell with a worse leg.
Yeah.
It's, like, naked. So it's definitely way overtuned. So, yeah.
I think that they will fix that, though. They're gonna make some class balances changes. They're gonna do some stuff. They'll address those things. It's just right now we're running rampant because it's like they're not gonna change anything mid-season here.
Yeah. How do you gonna do it? Like, just give it that attack rating?
Yeah, I think if that'd be a huge thing, right? Like now it works on the attack rating, and maybe it uses weapon durability so that you don't just have like an ethereal without repair or ethereal with without a Zod. That would help.
Yeah, that would help too. and I think it's like it doesn't use attack speed, right? It uses faster cast rate.
Yeah, because it's like it's a casted spell. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, it's definitely way too OP right now.
But what I think is cool about it is that it's like a melee type build, or like it's supposed to be melee, and it's not grief, right? Like they were very specific about that being like, we're not making another build where grief is the best in slot.
Yeah.
And it's not. And I think that is also kind of cool. You have this crazy new powerful build, and it's not locked behind grief. Grief isn't the best in slot.
I mean, they can buff like the base weapon damage for other weapon, except for Face Blade.
And a lot of the people like climbing the ladders, they're using ondals, right? Because they want the EXP.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny that if they're like, this build is so overpowered, you can use ondals on it. But that's what people have been asking for. They're like, we want to make other unique items viable. Here you go. Here's the build. So, you can't make everybody happy, bro.
Yeah, you can't make it happen. Well, they just need better implementation. You know, the intention is good, you know. I think...
Yeah, you can see what they were, like, trying to do with it. And, like, Llama mentioned on one of his things where it's, like, almost every skill on the Warlock, because it's, you know, made by modern ARPG devs, and because they got feedback from Llama and some other people, none of the skills, like, suck. You know, they're all, like, good because they're, like, if anything did suck, they'd be like, this sucks, and then they would change it.
Yeah.
So everything on the Warlock is actually, like, usable and good. And that's part of their issue. Because, like, you know, isn't there some fire skills on the Sorceress that are, like, so bad that, like, you would never use it? There's, like, some skills on the Sorceress that, like nobody ever uses fire tree.
Yeah.
And, like, Arctic Blast, you know, like,
Inferno,
it's so bad.
You know. Yeah.
But yeah, everything is, like, good on the Warlock. And also, so, like, we're playing Fire Warlock. Obviously, I don't know about you, but I'm getting comments. They're like, why don't you play Echo Strike? It's like, because I'm playing Fire Warlock. Right? I'm playing a different build.
Yeah.
But what I think is cool about this is it's not like... So playing Fire Warlock, it's not like you're just spamming one fire skill. You're using all of them.
Yeah.
And they all have their own use cases. And I think that that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like Echo Strike, from what I've seen, you're just spamming Echo Strike. And maybe using Lethargy.
Yeah, I just like the AoE clearing of fire. That's why I choose fire.
Yeah.
I don't need to be necessarily wanting the most broken build. I just want to play the game just for fun, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting like comments saying like there's no point in playing any other build than Echo Strike. And I'm like, you know, you can play builds that aren't the most powerful.
Yeah.
I mean, you can play builds that aren't broken.
This bell run just always takes forever. Like, wait for the laughs. Wait for the waves.
Yeah. What I've been able to do a few times is, you know, like the third wave with the Hydras.
Yeah.
If you can get the Apocalypse to explode as soon as they land, you can sometimes skip all the Hydras.
Oh, I'm using my Nova Sorceress.
Oh, yeah. Good idea. I'm using Warlock just to get some of the experiences of it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Nova would be good. You just hold, yeah.
Because a Nova, you just teleport faster.
Yeah, 100%. I get you. I just rely on luck, you know, to get all the statues.
Ah, cool.
Pray to the RNG god. I'm still very scared to do the consume thing.
Oh.
Because on controller, it's.
Oh,
tricky.
okay, controller. Yeah, that's why you play on controller. So I don't know, like how you like, because I'll never get used to it.
Yeah, and I don't imagine people that are used to PC and mouse and keyboard would switch, but I'm just used to controller. Like I wouldn't be able to play on a mouse and keyboard anymore.
You know, like playing the game is fine. I think I'll get used to it, but it's just the inventory management that's the big issue.
Oh yeah, it's definitely slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, on a PC, I could do both, right? Like, I can play the game with the controller, and then if I open the inventory, I can use the mouse. But
oh yeah, yeah, we can do that, but
not on.
but who plays like that though?
Yeah, I know. Nobody's gonna play like that.
Yeah, I just I actually tried Diablo 4 with a controller and a little bit, and then I switched back to keyboard and mouse.
Yeah.
Because mainly the inventory management.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just so used to it by now, so.
So, standard of hero, do you think they'll eventually use it for something?
I mean, it would be great. One of my thoughts was like somehow use the standard of heroes to give people a cube recipe to make more sockets. Because like right now, like getting socket quests is just something people do that's annoying. But like you can always just like socket rush, right?
Yeah.
Give us a way to farm a socket quest just like the tokens, and maybe the standard of heroes is part of that.
Maybe just offer to the Larsa and give you another.
To the what?
Just offer a standard hero to the.
Yeah. To Larsic, and you get another quest. Yeah. That would be fine with me.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is like, if you do like an 8-person game, right?
Oh.
You get 8 standards of heroes, and I think that's crazy.
I mean, they can always use that for like more end game, you know, like more just fit, you know, the more end game and finish Act 4, you know, open a new rec portal. Maybe you have to go to Chaos Sanctuary to open it, you know.
Yeah, or like they could, like you pick up the standard of heroes right in Uber Triss, pop it, and then there's a portal right there that goes down to more stuff. Like another Uber level or whatever.
But then again, like, what should we even call it? It has to be Diablo, right? The boss. So what should we even call him? Because we got Uber Diablo, which is the clone, and we got Pandemonium Diablo in Uber Trish. So what should we call this Diablo?
They'll make up a name for it. It'll be like
Omega Diablo.
Yeah. They'll find a name. People are all upset, like, they're like, we're never gonna get an Act 6 because of the lore, and it's like, you know that they can make up whatever the hell they want.
Yeah.
And like, make up a new side quest, or like, hey, this happened in between, like, a whole Warlock Act 6 theme thing. You know, they could do whatever they want.
Yeah. They could, but they just have to be careful. You know, power creep and the tone and everything. They just have to be careful with it.
Yeah.
But I think like more people would be on board with like more area in Act 4.
I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, like we mentioned before, Act 6. I mean, Act 4 is definitely rushed and never finish. Diablo just spawned out of thin air.
Yeah.
You know, it just feels weird. So
Yeah.
Just finish Act 4. Make that the end game.
I do think that all of this new DLC, the thing that is like almost unanimous that people like is the stash tabs and gem slots and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like everybody's loving the quality of life on the gems, materials, and runes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The Chronicle, people have some issues with. There's some things there. The new endgame stuff, people have like, you know, their opinions on how it works and stuff. But yeah, the stash space, the extra stash tabs, and organization of gems and stuff. It's
Yeah,
great.
yeah, that's right. Have you started working on
I think people would
Chronicles?
like it if they put that in D2R.
Have you started working on the Chronicles yet? Or not?
What do you mean by that?
Like, you're really working on the Chronicle. Like, you're trying to
Oh,
get...
I mean, no, just like casually. I did set up a barb to be a like a pit war cry barb, so that I can like farm some super rare uniques if I need to. But I'm basically just leveling using the Warlock and just playing the game and finding whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not my priority right now.
Yeah, I'm not going crazy on it now.
Because some people, like, they spend, like, all the runes just to get the new portal skin. And I'm not
Yeah.
doing that right now.
I made some of the rune words, like the armors and stuff, like the random low level ones, just to like check them off. But like that's gonna take a while to check all that off, especially because I have to play ladder to do some of them. So, but I do think that that's cool that it like is a unique thing that you have to like earn.
Yeah.
And kind of flex a little bit, right? Like if you see that porter, you're like, dang, that's cool.
Yeah. I think I'm at 91% on the set items. I think that's...
Nice. That's pretty good.
And the
I'm like
unique...
85, I think, percent on the set.
So, yeah, I'm not like too worried about it right now. It's not my priority.
Yeah.
Like, my priority right now is like get a Ralph and just wait for the Thunder Charm's price to drop, basically.
Yeah.
And just farm statue and do Uber, ancient Uber.
Yep. Yeah, that's where I'm at right now too. Is like mostly just trying to get all the different Uber jewels. So farming statues.
I only want 10, 90. That's it.
Yeah.
How many do you have right now?
Are you gonna get to level 99 on the Warlock, or are you just casually?
Yeah, casually.
Yeah.
How many statues right now?
I got one on the first one, and that's it.
Does it? I got 12, 7, 28, 17, 4.
Oh, I mean, like for this 30-minute, I only got one of the Act 5 statues.
Oh, okay. I haven't got anything in this 30 minutes.
Yeah, I think in my stash I have like, I think 4 of each, maybe a little bit more on a couple of them.
Yeah, I got 4 sets.
I'm also casually farming keys just to get like another Warlock torch or another sword torch.
I just basically sell all my keys just to get a wealth.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do Uber Ancient next time.
Yeah.
Like I said, I only won 1 10 10 90. I only won 1 10 10 90. I can give you the rest. I don't care.
Yeah, I have a smiter, so.
Yeah.
And what's interesting, like, about that fight is, if you like as a smiter, if you smite the like little mini barbarians, they're like stun locked for a long time. So you hit them like once and then they're just out of the fight completely for like the whole time.
Really?
Yeah, like you can just smite them once and they're just standing there stunned for like 30 seconds.
I don't know. I never. Because when I see a lot of them, I just use Lightning Fury and get rid of them. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, a smiter, again, like, you're either smiting the boss or you smite them. So you hit them, like, you get, like, 5 of them, you hit them once, and they're, like, out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, the jewel is not an issue. At least we can target farming. At least a guaranteed drop. Sunder, on the other hand, is just pain in the butt.
imagine if we couldn't bring the old Sunders over.
Oh yeah, like that would be
Right?
nice.
Like you'd be like, F this, right?
Yeah, completely. So like this year's Christmas event, like if it's the same as last year, like terrorize all the Akbar zone. I think that's the
Yep.
time the jewel will like the market will be super
yeah.
saturated.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because right
Yeah.
now the only thing is the 30-minute terror zone. That's the only bottleneck
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
The fight is easy, it's guaranteed drop. You can target farm, you know. So let's wait till the end of the year to see what happens.
Yeah. I do think, like, for me, like, leveling the Warlock is a lot slower because, again, people aren't doing public bail runs, and there's no hour bail runs, there's no hour chaos, right?
Yeah.
So it's just slower to level.
I never like rush to level all my character. Like if I want to make all my characters 99, they all 99 already. I'm just taking my time.
Yeah.
And you
And
know,
it is funny how, like, the shard system changed, like, ladder races. Like, everybody is just popping Act 2 shards and doing tombs.
oh yeah,
Like, that's your end game loop. Like, Llama, like, people just donated the shards. Cooley, you know, traded for all the shards that he needed. Got some donos. So, like, that's all it was like, Act 2 shards.
yeah.
Keep going. Whereas before you had to, like, just farm every terror zone that came up.
Yeah, it's just
Good or
easier and
bad.
easier. I
Good
mean,
or bad, you had to farm the terror zone.
I mean, unless you're doing a ladder race to 99, I mean, I don't really care like when I get my characters 99. I really don't really.
Yeah.
I just don't care.
Yeah, I mean, that's the beauty of playing on ladder. It's just it's a more relaxed pace. You don't feel like you have to, like, rush it, you know?
I mean, and I personally don't have any interest in the ladder. I can understand like people's like want to get a fresh economy. That I can understand, but I'm not interested, and I don't understand the competitive. Like when you talk about competitive, right? It has to be everything has to be fair and balanced. And Diablo is a game like you talk about loop. It basically depends on luck, and luck
Yep.
can never be balanced and can never be fair. So I don't know what are you even competing just to see who has better luck. So I
Yeah,
so I
It's
never
kind of like luck. Also, basically, it's a flex of how much free time you have.
yeah,
Well, not really free time. Like, again, if people are, like, professionally playing this, or if this is their job, it's very different, right? Like,
Yeah.
full-time content creators, it's like, it's not free time, but it's they have more time than other people to play.
yeah. Yeah, and,
So,
and
like, yeah, Llama won the race, but it was like, you know, he was doing 17-hour streams. Like normal people can't do that.
yeah, can't do that. And people just sit in his game, give him PA, terrorize all the zone for him, you know.
Correct.
Like,
Yeah.
we don't have that kind of luxury, you know. So it's basically a ladder of, you know, see who's the bigger streamer, who has more follower. That's what people saying.
Sort of. I mean,
Yeah.
again, like, Llama did win with no, like, specific team, which was interesting. It was just basically, like, the community.
Yeah,
But, yeah, like, he grew that following, right? Like, he's got 250,000 YouTube subs and a bunch of people on Twitch, so he's got that sort of army behind him to help him.
yeah,
You know, he's built that up, which is fine. But yeah, like a normal person on solo is never going to be able to compete, which is okay. But yeah, like the ladder race is basically for the top 1%.
yeah. So yeah, he even said it himself. Unless they add a solo southbound ladder. It's just the way it is.
Yeah. Right.
And even they added solo southbound. Like, what are you even competing? Like, just see who has better luck. Cause like you can run Mephisto 100 times and never drop a Shaco, or a Shaco can drop in Stony Tomb the first time you're in hell, and really speed things up. You know, like it can never be fair. You know, it's not like 100% skill based. I mean, there's definitely skill involved, but it's not like 100% like skill based.
Yeah.
So So I just never interested in, and I just don't have the time, you know. So I never care about ladder.
Yeah, it's like, and then like, so the people that use like JSP, it's like, you know, you play ladder and you get a Burr day one ladder, and then you sell it on JSP and you get all the wealth you need for the rest. It's like, okay, like it's a little different. Whereas like if a person that doesn't use JSP finds a Burr day one, they can't convert that.
Yeah.
Because nobody has value to match what that is.
Yeah.
You know, with like in-game trading.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I promise to give you every D2R Reign I find for the next 6 weeks. That doesn't work.
Yeah. I still haven't used JSP. I still don't know how it works.
Yeah, I don't use it either, so that's why it's like.
I have nothing against it.
Like,
I don't know. I don't have the knowledge to have like against it or not. I just feel like I just prefer in-game item, trade for in-game item. That's what I prefer.
Yeah, I think tradery is great. I like tradery, and I use tradery. The problem that I have with JSP, and like, again, people can have their own opinions about it, but the fact that you can like carry wealth between ladders is like the thing that doesn't seem right. You know, like, people are like, oh, I've never paid for anything on JSP, I only earn it. It's like, well, you're earning it from people that have probably paid. And like I said, like, you find a Burr day one, and then you sell that for a bunch of forum gold that people have accumulated over many seasons, and that's how you gain your wealth. It's not like the JSP economy resets with the ladder reset. It's like you still have your stash of JSP cash or whatever you call it.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never used it, so I couldn't comment on it too much because I don't have enough knowledge about it. I heard good and bad things about it, but I just prefer in-game item trade for in-game items. So, you know, give me that immersion, you know.
Yeah.
I don't want to like trade something that's outside of the game and then bring it back. That just kind of breaks it off, you know, for me.
Yeah.
So, but it'd be nice.
I don't think there's going to be a perfect system, but if Blizzard were to implement some sort of in-game trade, I think people would probably adapt it. I got a second statue. It's not.
Okay.
It's a Book Cathos. So it's an Act 4 one.
Yeah. I still haven't found any this time, so I get pretty bad luck lately. Yeah, if there's an in-game trade, that would be great. I think the auction house in D3 failed, and I'm not talking about mainly real money trading auction house. I'm talking about auction house in general.
Yeah.
I think it's because, like, one thing is like people can see the best item there is so easily. So there's no secret anymore. But D2, you know, like everybody played this game for 20 years. We all know what their item is, so I don't think that's gonna be a problem. And the problem with the in-game gold auction house of D3 is because they use in-game gold. I think the currency should be up to the players to decide. You shouldn't dictate the currency. I think that's why it failed.
Yeah, it's interesting. I wonder how they could implement a system that, because again, like you do need a way to trade for very high value items. Right? Like right now it's like the currency is like jaw runes, right? Like how many jaw runes are you gonna like how can jaw be the in-game currency for so long, right? There's got to be something that's like worth more than multiple jaw runes. So that's where like JSP's like Forum Glory came in. It's like its own currency, but I don't know how they would do it.
I mean,
but it just needs to be like adopted like by a critical mass for it to like work, you know. That's why like if Blizzard were to implement it, people would adopt it.
Yeah, because right now if you're trying to trade like more than 40 jaw, right? There's no way you can put them all in a window. So if you do it as an in-game trading system, you can, you know, maybe you can like do it like a currency, what we have in the currency tab. You can stack them, or maybe you can put it in a stash, so there's 100 of them, you know.
Yeah, they'd have to figure out a way.
Yeah. I mean, we do have like other item like 25, like 32020 to be the higher value currency. But, yeah, I think they need to.
That's also like made up by the community, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just because of what we value, right? But like why do you have so many jaw runes? You have them because you can trade them because somebody's always going to want it. But what if somebody doesn't need any jaw runes?
I got another Bokaito too.
Nice. That was the last one.
Yeah, that's the last one.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like the value. Like, so if you have a bunch of jaws, right? It has one jaw has like a diminishing value, right? Like over time, jaws going down. Whereas if you have the item that's worth X number of jaws, no matter what the current currency value is, that item is going to be worth more than if you had the equivalent in jaws.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like if you had like a perfect Griffin's Eye, for example, you'd probably rather have a perfect Griffin's Eye sitting in your stash because that's always going to have some value. Whereas let's say you sold or you bought or you traded a perfect Griffin's for like 25 jaw. You have 25 jaws sitting in your inventory. That's just losing value. As it sits there.
Yeah. I mean,
because jaw goes down.
There are a lot of items I do not plan on sell, so it doesn't really matter. But if they do, they need to come up. You know, they have to be very thoughtful, come up with something. Because right now in non-letter, if you want to do a trade, most of the time, like a lot of a trade, is like more than like what you can put in the trade window. You know.
Yeah. Yep.
Like even for something like the low runes and gems, and if you're going to trade that, right now we just drop on the ground. We basically rely on tradery, you know, the rating on tradery, and you know, and you trust that people, and basically low rune and gems, they don't work much. So if you lose them, hey, you're not losing much.
Yeah.
But I think if they can have a in-game trading that lets you put more than 40 item, that'd be great, you know.
But yeah, like so you probably like I only have like one jaw on my account right now.
Really?
And it's like I'm sure you probably have like multiple, but like what's the reason for having so many jaws? Like because the economy or the player base trusts that a jaw has some value.
Yeah, right now because I want to gather wealth to buy the Sunders when the price gets lower. Yeah, if it's not that, I don't really care. Like if you bring me my Sunders, I can give you every single high rune I don't care.
But it's just funny that like we're basing the economy off of the trust of what we value items at.
Well, yeah, I think that's the way it should be. That what the currency is should be up to the players to decide, not for Blizzard to dictate. That's what the point I'm trying to make.
So like I feel like again, so based off of that, it would take a lot to change our mindset of what is the currency. Right? Like what we value a jaw right now, like the jaw is like a dollar bill, right?
Yeah.
So like we're like, oh, I have 50 jaws. That's like having $50 to spend, and it's because you trade something for one jaw. That's like trading for like $1 or whatever. But what if Blizzard comes up with their own trade system in a different currency? Now all your jaws are worth
that's
nothing. You know?
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying. They should not. When they implement a trading system, it's like I said. You put up an item, you ask for whatever item you ask for. People can put up their offer, and then you hit accept. That's it.
Yeah.
They should not dictate what the currency is. Like D3, the in-game gold auction house, because the currency is in-game gold, which you can get anywhere. So the game become a gold farm game.
Right.
So, so it's you should not dictate the currency. Let the players decide what they want to trade for. It's their freedom and their choice.
Again, because other items could have more value or less value to certain people, right? So you can't just like totally have a set market on what is value.
You cannot have a one size fits all. You can't be like that.
Yeah, and I should also be able to like give a friend a deal, you know, or like overpay for something if I really want to.
Yeah.
So yeah, it should be just like an open trade window that isn't like in-game trade, but it's just like one of those, basically a separate tab in your inventory.
Yep.
That's called like trade window or whatever. And you're like, here's my Shaco. I put this up for auction. I posted for an rune. If somebody wants to pay for it right now as an the trade should just happen. You should like, it should just go. Yeah.
And if somebody put up other offer, you can see like every other offer people put up, and then you decide, which one you take.
You can accept one. But yeah, it should be like outside of the game, sort of, right? So that you can have cross-platform type.
Yeah, I think if they're trying to add more stuff to the game, I think they should add something like that. All right. Anyway, I think we talked about a lot today. I'm planning to go eat dinner right now.
I'll probably go to sleep. It's midnight for me. So.
Oh man. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining me again.
Yeah. Thanks for having me again. Always good to chat with you and play with you. So hopefully you get your Sunder charms.
I think we will eventually get ours. The one we want.
Yeah, so next time we'll do an Uber.
Okay.
One of the Uber ancients.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Just let me know.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Take care.
Thanks. Have a good one.
All right. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.